All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday. It's Rich, and I'm hanging out here with my trusty pal Dusty. And well, here we are with our post Proposition 50 results hangover. And what do we have here? We have yet another dilemma where the people have put their faith in the people that control the election process to give them honest results. And what's happened? Every conservative in the state and even beyond is in an uproar because despite the fact that it was hugely unpopular, Proposition 50 seemed to have passed before the day was over, before all the results were even counted. So what's really going on here? All right. I'm on my third campaign now, folks. I've been through the process. Okay, I understand what's going on. All right. The fact that people think that they can depend on the people that control the process to give them legal and valid results, I think is proven to be foolish. Okay. The definition of insanity is to continue the same experiment yet expect different results. Okay. This has been going on ever since Jerry Brown instituted the motor voter law. Okay. Allowing the voter rolls to be packed with low and no turnout voters so they can just filch their votes. Okay. Now we've moved on to computerized and network systems. You can put as many ballots in these boxes as you want, but if you got some clown sitting in San Jose or Silicon Valley punching buttons into a computer and changing the results, the amount of paper that goes in the box doesn't matter. Do you understand? So we're putting our faith in criminals to apparently give us a fair campaign and or election results. I hope people understand what's going on here, okay? Because what's happening is a criminal enterprise, all right? This is all about stealing the people's money, controlling everybody, dominating the resources, okay? And we can't depend on our federal level officials because despite dozens of appeals I've made to everyone from the U.S. Attorney's Office to the FBI to anyone and everyone in between, we're getting nothing. No investigations, a lot of hemming and a lot of hawing, but nothing's really happening, okay? Here I am, my personal life. All right, I'm still trapped here. I'm being held prisoner as a victim of economic circumstance. Okay, I can't even move out of my apartment because the city won't inspect, won't do anything. Okay, and I have our local councilwoman now sending the police after me yet again over nonsense. Do you understand? So the problems here in Long Beach, the problems here in California, all stem from the people putting false faith in their leaders. Okay, this cannot continue. There's no way we are ever going to get anywhere or establish any shred of a democratic process depending on these people to be honest. I think they've clearly demonstrated at this point they can't be trusted. All right, when these people violate their oaths of office, they have forfeited their right to occupy and exercise their offices and their authorities. Okay, they need to be hauled out in handcuffs and taken to jail. Okay, that is the only way we're going to solve these problems. I don't care if you're on the left or you're on the right. If these people are not operating in good faith, they need to go. Okay, waiting for an election to decide these things, expecting these people to walk out. All right, again, complete foolishness. All right, this is ridiculous and it's absurd. So everybody needs to understand something here. We, the people, need to take the bull by the horns here and take the initiative if we are going to ever expect to have a legal and open and transparent process. All right, we need to go back to the fundamentals. We need to start using paper ballots that are observed and counted in every precinct by people that are there to do a good job. You understand? All of this digitizing, all of this fancy bullshit is only leading us into a deeper hole. So everybody needs to understand something here. You can't count on the criminals in charge to do the right thing because they've clearly demonstrated they can't be trusted. And we can't count on federal officials to do their job because they're compromised. They don't seem to care. So we are basically in our own boat, and the only way we're going to get anywhere is if we, the people, can unify and demand clarity, transparency, a lawful process. I hope everybody understands that, because the next 6, 7, 8, 9 months of election are just going to be a waste of time. Okay, we've got people like Hilton, who doesn't even belong in the process, trying to steal votes from Bianco. We have all of this other nonsense with Gavin Newsom and his flailing attempts to maintain some kind of credibility. And all it is an enormous dog and pony show. Okay, and it's all a waste of our time. Gavin needs to step down. And I think Bianco should step in and be the steward until the next election, and then take his chances in the election. All right, I'm willing to do the same thing. Okay, I'm here to win. I'm here to clear the field. I'm here to create a lawful process. But everybody needs to know that the elections are completely rigged from the beginning. Okay, this was decided long before last night. And the fact that there's so much controversy about the election results already should be a wake up call for everybody. Okay, I don't care if you're a liberal or you're a conservative. If you actually want to be involved and you want good things to happen, we need an honest and lawful playing field here. Okay, we need to go back to the fundamentals. We need to put these people in prison, and we need to start over. Okay, we need people that are dependable and honorable law enforcement professionals occupying and taking command of these offices, these government halls, and scaring out the rats. Do you understand? Otherwise, we're never going to get anywhere. So, as frustrated as people may be, you're all your own victims, because you just want to sit back and let everybody else carry your mud. All right, it's not going to work. Okay, you can't depend on these leaders. You can't depend on their promoters and their funders and their masters and their handlers, because they're just going to maintain the same thing. Okay, you're not going to get anything different than what you're getting now. So everybody needs to understand the process needs to stop. We need to reset. We need to take command of these halls of government and start over. And that's the only way we're going to get anywhere. So I'm basically letting everybody know that here we are, or at least here I am in my third campaign, trying to get people to wake up. Okay, this isn't going to work. This whole system is rigged, and you can't depend on anyone in a position of authority right now who's defending this process to actually do the right thing. Okay, so I think everybody really needs to take this to heart and consider, how we're going to continue through the rest of this election season. I mean, I think the election is frankly unnecessary. Okay, it's just a huge distraction, and what we need are the people to say, you know what, y'all got to go. Okay, and we're going to put people in that we can depend on for the next 9 months to at least keep a lid on things, so we can put people back in office that we actually trust, whether you're a liberal or a conservative or a centrist independent like I am. All right, we need a fair playing field that's legal, that's observable and transparent, where the people can have some faith in the process, and we can actually start moving forward. Okay, so I'm letting everybody know this insanity can't continue if anybody actually expects to have a better life. All right, so I wish everybody out there well, and Dusty and I are going to try to have a good day today. So my best wishes to everyone out there, everyone in the law enforcement community, everyone in the armed forces, all of the good and honorable people that are trying to do the right thing in government. We all just need to get together and demand a wholesale cleansing. And I think if we can do that, then we actually can recoup and recover our state and once again start leading the nation. So those are my sentiments and my hopes. And I send my love to my friends and my family, particularly in Michigan and Iowa and places beyond. And yeah, so I hope everybody has a great day. Take care. Love you guys. What? I never even hit play.